The next thing we want to look at when we're building each of these different classes is giving each of them what is called a constructor method. And with this constructor method, when we call to a new object, this gives us the ability to pass down some of the different information we would need to actually build this object. So, for example, here with our music object, we're going to do this above our methods but below the variables at the class level that we declared. And when you create a constructor method, you take pretty much everything you had here. If it's public, use public. Private, use private. Skip the word class, and then it has to have the same name as the class name. So here we're going to call it public method, or not public method, public music. And then we have parentheses, and then our brace. Within the parentheses here, we can put in different variables to start setting values to these class level variables. Now this is what's recommended, is that when you do this, so that you quote unquote idiot proof your program, you have one of these that does not receive parameters, and then you have another one that receives other parameters as well. You can essentially build as many different constructors as you want to, as long as one of the variables is in a different order. You have either more variables or less variables, all depending on the type of object from that instance you're trying to build. So we're going to go ahead and demonstrate both the generic and then one that receives all the proper variables for this object. So here we'll say that this song does not have a beat. Now I'm putting the keyword this in front so that it helps you remember that this sticks with this particular object. So you'll see this a lot in different programs. That's the constructor saying that whatever it receives, this object will equal this value. So then this lyrics equals false. This artist equals none, and this title equals unknown. Ooh. I really am struggling this morning with the word artist, aren't I? Now, let's take this same thing and we're going to then alter it to actually receive the information. So now we go up here to this constructor and we got to say, okay, now it's going to receive a beat. It's going to receive a boolean, that's the letter L. It's going to receive a string with the artist's name, abbreviate it, and we'll do a string. I don't know if we could do a title. Yeah, we could. Okay. So this beat now, instead of equaling 0, we equal the value of B. I'm going to go ahead and change it so it stands out a little bit more and doesn't look like the number 1. This dot lyrics now equals lear. This dot artist equals art. And this dot title equals our local title. Which, notice how it does a nice job of keeping the two different titles separate. So, in the next video, we'll show you the two different constructions of these objects.